Hi guys, how are you? I just have words of advice for some of you guys who are entering 2023. You're like really close to your season. You're about to enter into your season. I'm already in my season, but I'm going to give you some advice on how to get through your season and how to be the best person you can be through your season. In your season, when you get in your season, remember something, you're going to be tested from the enemy, okay? Right before your breakthrough comes through, a lot of things may even happen. There may be a lot of quarrels. You may see a lot of people turning against you. You may feel like things are falling apart, and that usually happens right before your season. But I want to say something to you, okay? Proverbs 16 verse 20 says, whoever gives heed to instruction prospers, and blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord. No matter what you're going through when you enter your season, because it's going to be rough when you enter in, okay? Because let me tell you something. Before I even get to that, I'm going to say this. No matter what, follow every single instruction that God gives you. Even if it feels uncomfortable, even if it feels like you're going against a lot of other people, follow the specific instruction that God gives you. Because remember something, the instruction that God is giving you, it's not going to, the outcome won't be in the actual moment. When God gives you an instruction, He is preparing you for the outcome that is to come. He's not preparing you for the outcome that's going to happen in the moment. So when He's giving you an instruction, you working towards that instruction and being obedient, that's what's going to help bring in. Yes, my bad, the doorbell just rang. So it may feel like the worst thing ever in the moment, but just follow every single instruction that He has given you, even if it doesn't make sense. Like I'm telling you, those who trust in the Lord will receive the prosper, okay? It says here, blessed are those who trust in the Lord, okay? Whoever gives heed to instruction prospers, and blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord. Trust in the Lord even when it doesn't feel like you're doing the right thing. You get what I'm saying? If He is giving you instructions, just follow it. Because the instructions that you're following, the outcome for those instructions may actually happen the year after. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like planting a seed. God may say plant a seed, right? You may not know why He told you to plant the seed. So you plant the seed, you're watering it, you're giving it sunlight, and because you follow these instructions, a year later, you're seeing the root coming out. So had you not followed those instructions, you wouldn't even have a seed, you wouldn't even have a root coming out, you wouldn't even have a tree, you wouldn't even have fruits. Do you get what I'm saying? So follow the instructions, okay? Another thing I want to tell you, remember something, the devil knows when you are about to have a breakthrough. The devil knows when things are about to shift in your life. The devil sends people because they are aware that there's something happening in your life. God explained something to me last night. He said the people that come up against us, that attack us, that lie on us, that do spell work on us, they don't really have a problem with you. Do you get what I'm saying? They mainly have a problem with what God is doing in your life. They mainly have a problem with your calling. They mainly have a problem with your prophecy. They mainly have a problem with God. It's not you. They have an issue with God that they have not dealt with. Do you get what I'm saying? Because listen, if God tells you to do something and God has a plan according to, His will for your life, anyone that tries to go against His plan for your life is not going up against you. They're actually going up against God. This is why the devil uses people, because the devil has a real problem with God. He doesn't have a problem with you. He has a problem with God. So the devil will come after you, because coming after you is how he can get to God, because he knows that God is going to fulfill His will through you. Do you see what I'm saying? So when you see people coming at you randomly, family, friends, strangers, and you're like, God, what's going on? I thought you said it's my season. They are coming after you because they are trying to block. They are trying to stop. They're trying to slow down what it is that God is trying to do in your life, because it's going to fulfill something in His kingdom. It's going to fulfill something that's according to His will. And that's what the devil does not like. These people, they don't have an issue with you. They have an issue with God, and they have an issue with God blessing you. They don't want to see God blessing you. Yes, it's jealousy and envy, but it's common sense. If you come up against someone who God is using, if you come up against someone who God is anointed, you are basically shooting yourself in the foot. You are basically blocking your own blessings, and people understand this. So the reason why they still do it is because they have a deep-rooted issue with God. It has nothing to do with you. So when you see this stuff happening, just say, I forgive them, Lord. I forgive them. Continue to push forward. Don't let it stop you. Don't let it slow you down. Don't let it stop you from following God's instructions. That's the main important thing, because the instructions that God gives you, I'm telling you, it's going to make you question, like, God, really? You want me to do this? And it may not make sense in the moment, but I'm telling you, it's for later on. Whatever he's telling you to do in the moment is prepping you for what's to come later on, but you have to start it. Do you see what I'm saying? You have to start it. Then along the journey, you're watering it, you're giving it sunlight, and then you're going to start watching it grow, and then it's going to grow into the tree, and you're going to be so happy that you even planted the seed in the first place. You're going to be so happy that you continue to water your plant. You continue to give your plant sunlight, because when you see the outcome that God has for you, it's going to make so much sense as to why so many people try to block you. It's going to make so much sense as to why people are upset at God. Because when you see the outcome where God is going to bring you, you're going to be like, wow, if I saw someone with this, I'd probably be upset too. You get what I'm saying? But the difference between you and other people is you have control of your emotions. You're not going to let your emotions turn you evil. It says here in Proverbs, remember I told y'all God said it's reaping season and God says Proverbs season, okay? Remember it says here in Proverbs, it says Proverbs 20, okay? 17 verse 20. The one whose heart is corrupt does not prosper. One whose tongue is preserved falls into trouble. Do you see what I'm saying? So yes, you may see something that someone is going through, and you may be like, wow, you know, like, yeah, I'd be mad too, you know, but at the same time, you have control over emotions. You're not going to let your heart become bitter over what God is doing in someone else's life. Instead, you're going to say, God, you know what? It's my turn soon. You know what, God? Thank you for showing me motivation. You know what, God? Thank you for showing me your works in your hands, because it only means that whatever you told me is going to happen for me too. That's why it's so important to keep your heart clean. It's so important to keep your motives clean, because God pays attention to the mind. God pays attention to your heart. God pays attention to your motives. And whatever you are projecting from outside of your heart is what you are watering your plant with. It's what you're watering your seed with. It's what you're feeding the seed. It's what you're feeding the plant that God has promised you. And if you feed it negativity, if you feed it contaminated water, if you don't even feed it sunlight, plant won't grow. It says here in Proverbs, okay, 12 verse 9, the light of the righteous shines brightly, but the lamp of the wicked is snuffed out. God can easily see in your life and easily say, you know, I have a plan for you to prosper you, not to harm you. But because I am seeing your disobedience, because I'm seeing how you're treating other people, because I'm seeing the heart that you have, the motives that you have, because I'm seeing that you're being wicked and that you're being evil, I can easily snuff your light out. I can easily take your light from you. Do you get what I'm saying? God can do that. So that's why it's so important to keep your heart in the right place. So that's what I always tell you guys. When you're about to walk into your season, you may not be tested from the devil the way everybody else is being tested. You may not be the one the devil is sending people to come after. The devil may be using you to go after someone who's also an anointed, so you can block your own blessings. Hi, Holy Spirit. The devil may be sending you. Do you get what I'm saying? That's the reverse psychology of the devil. He may say, you know what? He or she is too smart. They know people are going to come after them. You know, when the blessings are closed, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to corrupt their heart and make them go after someone. I'm going to turn them into a false witness. I'm going to make them go after someone who didn't even do nothing to them. I'm going to make them go after one of God's anointed. I'm going to make their heart turn corrupted and block their own blessings. So you got to be very careful when you walk into your season. You got to be very careful the type of water that you're giving your plant and the type of sunlight you're giving your plant. You got to be very careful the soil that you're growing your plants in. So I'm giving you guys this words of advice and words of wisdom, because I'm trying to help you guys prevent blocking your blessing. I'm trying to help you guys fight through your next season. I know a lot of you guys are about to walk into your season. God already told me a lot of you guys are about to walk into your seasons. Congratulations. And when things start like feeling like it's getting rough, like the waves are getting rough, God is going to calm the water. Just don't worry. The storm doesn't last long. Eventually there's going to be sunlight. Eventually the rainbow's going to come through. You get what I'm saying? It never lasts long. Just know you're being prepped for something big. You're being prepped for something greater. Okay? I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.